Welcome back. We're going to talk about more strategies for thwarting the effects of compassion fatigue. Um, a strong peer network is very, very important. I would not have been able to get through some of those hard assignments that I've been in without having friends at work. And this is me with some of my friends at Odie Wyatt. Don't face this alone. And if you don't have friends in your school, there are a lot of online support program or supports out there. Join a Facebook group for teachers. I know that when my son was struggling with cancer, I joined a support group on Facebook for other parents whose children had that, and it was very helpful to be able to go to them and share my concerns, share my stress, share my emotions about that experience, and that can be very helpful. At your work environment, you want to cultivate a school culture where supporting each other is the norm, and it's okay to come and share your concerns and be able to get that support. Now, if you're to that place where you don't want to be around people, this is one of those signs of burnout. And so you want to force yourself to be, even if you don't want to. You'll want to, you could also do things with a colleague like take a walk, or you guys could begin a meeting with some breathing exercises. Take times to compliment the efforts of others. Positivity is contagious, and having that strong foundation of peers will be helpful for you. Now, if your peers start to be a breeding ground for negativity, it's probably a sign that you need to walk away and spend less time in those environments. But you do want to have that place where you can talk and share, because keeping your emotions inside you will only make it more difficult for you and your students. You will need to prioritize, and this often means saying no. For many of you who are art teachers, often in your building, you're the person that everyone asks to do something. Oh, will you paint this on this sign for me for my niece's baby shower? I got that all, a lot. And so you do have to find ways to say no in ways that are respectful, but just letting them know that you have other things that you need to do, and that can't be the priority for your time right now. Because there is a big difference between being dependable and always saying yes. You'll need to also have personal time away from the job. Teaching cannot be your sole driving force for your entire life, and you'll need to balance it with other activities and people that you enjoy and things that you can do in your downtime. Also, you'll need to find and develop time-saving techniques. Every year, the first 6 weeks of teaching was always harder than the rest of them. And it was because during that time, I was trying to figure out what those time-saving techniques were. These are things like, better grading practices, finding better curriculum, not overcommitting, acquiring better sources to just make, our lives easier, the technology, all of that. And I encourage you to seek those out, take courses, find them, talk to your colleagues, but those things will really help you out. Let go of results. Loosen the grip on our ideas about the way things should be. And I think this is very important during COVID, where our classrooms are not the way that we think that they should be. So we need to let that go and focus on what we can control. This doesn't mean that you should stop caring about the efficacy of your teaching and connecting to students or community building. It's just saying that it doesn't have to always be the way that you thought it should look. You can let that progress naturally, do your best, and that can be good enough. And also be open to new ideas and new perspectives. When we have these new ways of looking at things, we sometimes find that what we originally, what we get is what is better than what we originally anticipated or wanted. Acknowledge that our brains do want to be in control. This is a difficult time for all of us because we've lost control in so many things. And that's the thing. The same thing is happening in your classrooms. And so acknowledge that it's okay to feel a little bit uneasy with all of that. And, but allow it to give you space to create more solutions. Journaling is an excellent way to help with compassion fatigue. It gets those troubles out of your head. Oftentimes, if people aren't sleeping, the advice is to write down what is keeping you up, and letting that go will sometimes let you get to sleep. It also, you can go back and reread and gain additional perspective. Sometimes when we're in the moment and we're in the middle of an emotional reaction and we're writing things down, when we go back, we can look at it with new perspective. In my next video, I'm going to talk about more strategies for combating compassion fatigue.